Stop comparing yourself to others. Why is this relevant? Nowadays, it's so easy to compare yourself to other people with social media and things like that. This is something we consciously do, this is something we subconsciously do, and it's literally putting you at a disadvantage. When you stop comparing yourself to others and you finally just embrace yourself, it puts you at such a huge advantage. We're all different. Like, we're literally all different. We're all different people. We all have unique gifts and traits that make us individualized. And when you start looking at others and comparing your life to theirs and thinking that someone else has it better, this puts you into a negative mind space. Like, it puts you at the control of other people. You are letting other people determine your own value when you shouldn't. And I can relate with this. Back when I started making reels in the summer, I wasn't seeing like a lot of progress. I was worried about just getting fast growth, like the quick route, the easy route. So I went into the explore page, started consuming all kinds of different reels, watching videos, and then I saw videos that were blowing up for other people, so I literally just started copying other people. The whole time it didn't like feel right. Like, I didn't really know what I was going to be posting. I didn't have a plan. It didn't feel like me, and I was just copying what other people were doing because I was comparing my channel to theirs, and I kind of lost myself along the way pushing content, and I wasn't in control of my own page. I was just copying what everybody else was doing. And sometimes it worked, but ultimately, like, I never felt like sure of what I was doing. And recently, I've been more structured with what I'm trying to put out and making the stuff that I like to do, and it feels a lot better. Feels natural. Whenever you just be yourself and you let your qualities come out naturally and you embrace yourself, you stand out. That's what makes you unique and different. When you're trying to do the same shit that everybody else is doing and you're comparing yourself to everybody else, that's when you literally start to lose your uniqueness. You don't stand out as much anymore. You don't stand out in a crowded room because you're just doing what everybody else is doing. You're comparing yourself to everybody else instead of just not overthinking and just being you. Doing what you love to do, dressing how you like, saying the things that you like, or whatever. Whenever you aren't being yourself, it's almost like an injustice to other people. You're not letting people get to see the real you and what you have to offer and bring to the table. You're not showing people that real side of you, and they're missing out on that. You're missing out on the opportunity and not showing people the real side of you. If I'm just making the same motivational reel, copy and pasting the quotes and just throwing them on my stuff, none of me talking, no emotion or anything, just me working out, straight face, and just copying and pasting the words, I'm just like all those 100,000 people. No uniqueness is coming out. People aren't seeing the real side of me. Like, they're not seeing my personality, my emotions, things that are important for interaction. Whenever you don't have to think about it, you're just fully embracing yourself, you're radiating. It's literally a freeing feeling, liberating. You don't overthink situations. You're not overanalyzing things, like little things that little things that don't even make sense. Like, oh, I gotta talk to this person. What am I gonna say? Like, we're gonna have small talk, things like that. Whenever you're just being yourself, it flows so good. Interactions around you just happen naturally. You're just being yourself, and this is how you attract people, and this is how you find out who's not attracted to you the same way. But if you're never fully have that clear head, you're always going to be putting yourself at a disadvantage. It's always going to be hard for it to feel effortless because you're trying so hard to be something that you're not. Like, how this feels when you get in like social situations and it feels like you're working so hard to keep a conversation going, or like to please the people around you, and you're worried about what they think. When you don't give a shit and you're just being yourself, it's literally stress-free. Like, every now and again you obviously get nervous, things like that, a little anxious. It is a lot less stressful and you don't have to worry about those things when you can just act like yourself, just be you. And it literally feels like a cheat code. It's like a cheat code. When you stop caring what other people think and you just start being yourself and acting how you want to act, fully embracing yourself, you're radiating. It's like a cheat code, but it's literally like God mode. Nowadays, with the amount of social media people consume, it is hard to just literally just be yourself and act like yourself. The people that are popular on TikTok are influencers. A lot of them are just being themselves. Like, the people on TikTok, it's like you just be real, you just be yourself, and people gravitate towards that. And that's what people like. People just like when you're the real you. People are so like worried about how they can control it, make sure that every single person likes them. I'm worried about how this person's gonna think, and then this person, and then that person. Oh, I don't want them to see me like that. You just gotta not give a shit about all that, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die someday, and you don't wanna live your life full of stress and anxiety over what other people will think of you, when you can just be yourself, play the game how you wanna play it, being filled with optimism, enjoying life, being life, doing life, instead of always thinking about it, just being in the moment. Let the world see you for who you are, like who you actually are, not this front that you're putting up to try to make everybody think a way about you. Like, they'll be the real you, whether it's goofy, whether it's the smart intellectual, whether it's the corny like joke maker, whatever it is, like just being the real you. That's when you're actually going to be living life, is when you're navigating on your path, fully embracing yourself. You're not thinking about it. Like, you're not thinking about it. And this is something that we have to consciously work on nowadays because of all this technology and social media consumption and being overstimulated. We have to consciously think about it. We're scrolling on our phones looking at literally everybody's fabulous moments in their life. And sometimes it's just a fake front there too. But we're comparing. We're going from looking at shit that's amazing and then coming back to our normal life. Obviously, we're going to feel some type of way. When we're seeing all highlights on our phone and then we are off our phone and we have to go do actual work, we're going to feel some type of way about that. We're going to have harder time interacting. Just stay in your lane. And that's a pretty broad thing to say, but what does that mean? Stay in your lane. Don't try to overextend yourself and be something that you're not. Just be who you are. How you work on it is getting out of your comfort zone. If you want to be more extroverted versus introverted, you have to work on it. You can definitely make a shift. Like, I'm not no doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a doctor. But you can definitely make some sort of shift from being introverted towards being more extroverted and outgoing and being able to talk to people and communicate more easily. So some quick tips to work on it, because you have to, like, trust me, you have to actually work on it. If you're someone that's introverted and you want to be able to have better conversations and stuff like that, I'm going to give you the advice that I had to go through myself, because I've been there to where I couldn't even talk to people or interact. I was too nervous. I was scared. So 1, screen time down, go outside more, be out more doing things. There's an app in your phone, check your screen time, try to lower your screen time some. If you're over 4 hours a day, that's high. 15% of your day is looking at your phone. Like, imagine what you could do with all that time. And some people are up closer to 8 hours a day. That's 30% of your day. So you're sleeping for 8, maybe, unless you're up on your phone. You're on your phone for 8, and then you're doing schoolwork maybe, or you're working or something else. You're wasting so much time, and you're paying for it. You're paying for it mentally. So 1, screen time down, go be out more, do things more. Things that put you in opportunities to interact with people. This is going to force you to increase and develop your communication skills, because it's going to be kind of uncomfortable at first. And I know this from experience. 2, try to talk to people more. Actually try to talk to people more. Instead of just like looking down at the ground when you walk by somebody on the sidewalk or going into the gym, or you see someone cute or something at the store, say hi to them, wave to them. Just like simple things like that. Like, express yourself a little bit. This is going to lead into bigger conversations, and it's going to be hard and uncomfortable to do. But if you're just walking through life just always looking down, like, oh, I'm nervous, don't talk to me. Like, it's okay to be shy. We can all be shy sometimes. It's a really good look when you're able to just be confident and talk to people and say what's up, hey, whatever. Like, it's a good look, and it's how you're gonna increase these communication skills. So screen time down, go out more, actually try to talk to people more when you're out, and repeat. So for example, if you're at the gym, instead of just having your headphones in all the time, just staring straight ahead in between each set, like acting like you're just making shit up to do in between each set, because you don't even know how to act. You're so in your head. You're just like, I'll look at my phone for a second, I'll look at the ground, I'll sit up because I feel like my posture is terrible. Like, you're just making up random things to do, because I used to do it too. And if I'm having like a bad weird day, I'll do it too. Like, I'll be just sitting at the bench, just like straight ahead, just AirPods in, It's literally, you feel so stupid when you do it, and you know exactly what I mean. Like, oh, I'll look at the ground, I'll bend over and put my, like, you think about each thing, and you think about all the people like looking at you that actually aren't looking at you, because that's the thing. No one gives a shit. All this stuff is in your head. It's all in your head. Ah, man. So yeah, try to talk to people more. Be friendly. It's okay just to say hi to someone just because you want to. Like, even if they're a stranger, it doesn't have to mean anything. Humans interact. Like, when you walk by someone, it's okay to look at them and then look back. Like, you don't have to look at your shoes every time you walk by someone. It's natural to be aware of your surroundings and just be in the moment. All these little opportunities to make connections are important. Those little moments can affect your life dramatically. You meet a new person, maybe make a new friend, blah, blah, blah. You already know where I'm going with this. It can just transpire. Take advantage of all these moments. Take advantage of them now, right now. Be yourself, embrace yourself, and just radiate and be you. If you're worried about how your friends are gonna feel, your family's gonna feel, your 1,500 followers are gonna feel, you're giving those people power over you. You're letting them control your life. You're not even in control of your life at that point. You're giving them the power to control your life. At that point, you aren't living for you anymore. You're living for them. You're the youngest you are right now. Do yourself a favor and be you for it. Remember, it's a conscious effort. You can't just expect to one day like to just get it and it's gonna hit you and you're gonna feel like $1,000,000 and you're just gonna be swag daddy, talking to everybody, flirting with everybody, just the life of the party. That is something that takes a conscious effort. Usually, some people are just very personable and outgoing. If you're someone that's used to having high screen time, not interacting with a lot of people, you're used to being in your comfort zone, not going out a lot, and it's something you're gonna have to work on, like, consciously. You're gonna have to take steps to work at it. It's always steps. It's progressive overload. Okay, I cut my phone time down. I'm going out more, whether it's the grocery store, parties, a club event, meeting friends to eat. I'm actually trying to talk to people more. I'm getting more comfortable talking to people. And now it's starting to just come naturally. Like, I'm just being myself. I'm finding out I'm actually not really super good friends with some of these people. Like, they're taking my energy. They don't really like me for who I am. And I'm starting to attract more people that are like me. You start to figure these things out. And the earlier you figure them out, the better off you're going to be later in life. You don't want to wait 20 years from now to try to become that person. At that point, it might not matter anymore. At that point, you might be okay. Like, you'll just settle into whatever. Say you start dating someone and you get married, and then you two will have each other, and then you won't have to worry about talking to people, and then you'll just be at the house all the time, and then you'll have kids, and then maybe you'll have a couple friends or whatever. And at that point, it might not matter anymore. But you don't want to have that regret again. You don't want to have regrets of, what if I was just myself and didn't give a shit and I just lived life how I want to. I'm gonna leave it with that. Remember, do the hard work when you don't feel like it. Make yourself uncomfortable.